Welcome to Motoring Monday for March 30th, 2015. I'm Sam Haymart for Test Driven TV. Today we've got a special edition for the New York Auto Show with hot previews for Mercedes-Benz, Aston Martin, and Smart. In a reality check, we're going to run down the top 10 list of annoying car features from Cars.com. All this in our test drives. It's coming right up. Mercedes-Benz will be in New York with their new 2016 GLE series, the new wideband midsection of their SUV lineup. First of all, what you're looking at here is the crossover SUV previously known as the ML class, now renamed as the GLE with Mercedes-Benz new naming system. Add this to a styling refresh and we have a new model, right? For 2016, the GLE comes in 5 different models, starting with the mainstream GLE 350 powered by a 3.5-liter V6. Then there's an upgrade to a 3-liter twin-turbo V6 GLE 400, both fed by gasoline. Those wanting to save fuel can enjoy a 2-liter turbo diesel GLE 300D, and for 2016, a new plug-in hybrid joins the fray with the GLE 550E. The latter gets a twin-turbo V6 with an electric motor, a huge lithium-ion battery pack, and the ability to drive up to 81 miles per hour on electric power alone. All in, that one has a healthy 436 system horsepower. But if horsepower is truly your bailiwick, you get the Mercedes-AMG GLE 63. Here, you get the choice of 2 AMG 5.5-liter V8s. One has 550 horsepower, the other 577. You decide. Making a decision on your interior will also be part of the buying experience, as several colors, trims, themes, and technology options will be available here. The list of driver assistance, dynamic driving systems, and infotainment options will seemingly require customer workshops at dealers when you go to buy. No matter how you outfit it, that cabin looks like a pretty nice place to spend some time, doesn't it? The Mercedes-Benz GLE begins production at the Alabama plant a little bit later this fall, with pricing to be announced closer to that launch. At the New York Auto Show, Aston Martin shows up with what looks like a concept car, but it's actually a track-only supercar with over 800 horsepower. The rather stunning Aston Martin Vulcan will be a highly exclusive production model for those privileged enough to acquire a less-than-street-legal track toy. Thus, its styling and construction can push design limits we can't test for street cars. It gets wildly conceived air splitters front and rear with no need for bumpers or pedestrian safety standards. The cockpit, too, is free of design constraints like airbags and budgetary concerns for mass production. Exposed roll cage tubes stand alongside leather racing seats and a Formula One style instrument display. Under the hood is a front mid-mounted 800-plus horsepower 7-liter V12 engine which will drive exclusively the rear wheels. This will likely make it hairy to drive, but don't fear, as Aston Martin will provide an intensive track driver training session with their race car drivers such as Darren Turner to make sure you know your way around its capabilities. Each Vulcan will be available to custom order for an entirely bespoke model for colors, trims, and options. Even if it is for track use only, it has to be nice, doesn't it? Pricing for the Vulcan wasn't announced as of our show today. However, you know the old saying, if you have to ask, you probably can't afford it. Launched in Europe last year and likely affordable is the next generation Smart car, which comes to the US and makes its debut at the New York Auto Show. With its iconic size and profile largely intact, meaning it didn't grow larger like cars often do, it has all new styling inside and out. The interior gets upgraded with finer quality ingredients and all the latest infotainment technologies. Luckily, it retains its not taken too seriously style that can be infinitely customized with color and materials. A new facial expression has a more mature yet still playful demeanor, and the side profile still has its trademark tritium passenger cell exoskeleton framework for all to see. Safety is said to be enhanced with increased use of high-strength steels. Parent company Mercedes-Benz brings some of their trademark safety technology down to the 4.2 like crosswind assist and forward collision warning systems. Chassis improvements too bring a more mature driving experience, at least in terms of refinement. A front suspension derived from the Mercedes-Benz C-Class and a new De Dion rear axle offer up increased suspension travel, and there's an optional sport suspension. In the States, we get a singular engine option, an 89 horsepower 0.9-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine mounted under the rear cargo floor. We'll get 2 transmission choices for the first time though, including both a 5-speed manual and a 6-speed dual-clutch automatic. Nice! Official EPA estimates have not yet been announced for the new smart car, but hopefully it does better than the current one, which barely outperforms most compact sedans. In our test drives this week, we sampled two opposite ends of the crossover spectrum, starting with the 2015 Lexus NX200T F-Sport. Part of the new luxury compact crossover segment, the Lexus NX200T shares its size and some bones with the Toyota RAV4, but has entirely unique exterior and interior design. It's sharp and edgy, as we've come to expect from Lexus these days. Inside, it gets a top-notch interior with quality materials and switchgear, lots of creature comforts, and wild sport seats. Less sporty, however, is its 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, which seems only adequate for its weight. Pushing the sport wagon realm into crossover status is the new 2015.5 Volvo V60 Cross Country, which we took backpacking out in the Sonoran Desert for an afternoon. On pavement and the soft dirt roading trails, it showed itself well capable. It gets 2.6 inches of additional ground clearance, off-roady styling elements, and a capable all-wheel drive system powered by a 2.5-liter turbocharged 5-cylinder engine. All in, the Volvo V60 Cross Country brings an interesting mid-range option to buyers in this class. You can get full reviews on these two cars by clicking the links down below in the information section, or go to our website, testdriven.tv. In our reality check segment this week, while I normally don't report on stories from our major media peers, Cars.com got it mostly right this week with their list of top 10 most annoying car features. Number 1. Touch-sensitive controls. They're meant to be cool and high-tech, but often on the road they suck because they don't always work as advertised. Number 2. Touchscreen dependent controls. You take the aforementioned touch-sensitive controls and force drivers to use them instead of hard buttons or knobs. It sucks twice. Number 3. Stereo tuning buttons instead of knobs. Duh! It's much easier to spin a simple knob than press an arrow button 24 times in rapid fire to get that station you want. Number 4. Navigation systems that lock out passengers. Hates it. We're all grown-ups here. Let us use the technology we paid for. Number 5. Giant key fobs. This is less an issue for me, but some cars do come with huge big blocks that don't live well with a smartphone in your pocket. Number 6. Square cup holders. Now, I haven't dealt with that one personally, so I'll put my own in here, and that is driver assistance aids that default to on or can't be completely turned off. I'm talking about lane departure warning, blind spot warnings that scare the living daylights out of you when you don't expect them. Some people like the electronic mother-in-law in the back seat, but I don't like her popping up every time I start my car. Number 7. Auto stop start. To help save gas, yes, these systems turn off your engine at a stop and restart it when you lift off the brake. Boy, I can't wait to see what that's like when these cars are 10 years old. Number 8. Voice-controlled systems. Yeah, well, luckily so far, most cars don't require that you use this feature, and that's good because most don't work well at all. Number 9. Car alarms. Well, they don't bother me that much, so let me insert safety alert seats that jolt you when you do things like veer out of your lane. Creepy. Number 10. Small side mirrors. Again, not one I come across much, so I'll plug in here traction controls that cannot entirely be turned off. What a buzzkill. Now, in all fairness, a lot of these features really do have some merit, and a lot of them look pretty fun if you're a car buyer, but the reality is many of them can really be a pain in the ass to live with every day. Now it's time for our money shot, where we take the hottest photo from this week's press releases and we show it to you. Last week they were hot-dogging it around Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca, literally as the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile took laps around the course for a photo op. There was no word on whether the tires plumped when they cooked them. Wait, that's another brand. Well, that is it for Motoring Monday. Click on the link right here and subscribe to our YouTube channel where I'll keep you updated on our wall-to-wall coverage this week of the New York Auto Show, as well as our test drives and our automotive news. You can also follow us on the Google, that Twitter, and the Facebook by simply clicking on the links down below in the information section or up there on our website if you happen to be there. That's testdriven.tv. I'm Sam Haymart for Test Driven TV. I hope you enjoyed the ride.